Let me tuck my fat in, get myself in position. Well, so how you guys been doing? Vidavon bouncing right back there along with a little 1/16 mini grave digger. It's currently broke. I broke it on my first drive. So what's up, Mid Ohio? Yes, sir. I actually just released a video on that about 45 minutes ago. Yes, sir. Chainsaw, what's up, buddy? Clayton, man, I got enough Vidavon. If I had every dollar out of it, I could probably buy a new car. Area 51, what's up? Rourke, what's up, buddy? Man, so I've been trying to build something, and as you guys have seen, or maybe I'm starting to design things in 3D, so I'm kind of getting into that. Something I've been wanting to build. And I've tried to get other designers to do this for me to set it up since they know what they're doing. None of them will, so I'm going to do it myself. This is the start of it. And yeah, hopefully it'll work out well for me. We'll find out though. Oh man, DSM Off-Road, what's up, buddy? IAQ Masters, yes. I got the 20-tooth pinion gear in that. It had the 15-tooth to start with, but it got too dark on me to take it out for a drive. So tomorrow I will be driving that 20-tooth pinion gear. I got the servo savers on it and everything. So yeah, I'm probably going to jump it pretty good. Mir, what's up? JD's, Discovery, Dakota, Mike Rainey. Good evening, everyone. King of Vidavon. Yeah, buddy. Needle Juice, what's up, man? Kelly, go Sam, man. Yeah, you see all my crawlers up there? Channel members, you guys saw the video where I'm going through and I actually chose the groups. Well, that's the first group. I've got to edit it and put it together. But I've got the first of the 18 crawler challenge done. 18 crawler showdown, whatever you want to call it. But regardless, the first one is done. Do I know who the winner is? Yes. Do I know who the loser is? Yes, but I'm not telling. I guess when I upload this to channel members, you guys will know which one moves on. Huh. Maybe tonight if I can get it edited, because right now I'm looking at about 45 minutes in my editor. So I got a lot of editing to try to bring this thing down to where it's somewhat decent. We don't need no 45 minutes of Exocaged, man. I'm boring enough for 3 minutes. All right. Yeah. Been scaling out my Promoto. Dude, yeah. Area 51, have you seen the spoke wheels by Vidavon? They are gorgeous, man. I got them somewhere around here. I need to get my bike back together. Thank you, Eli. Appreciate it. Jim, trying to figure out RC storage. Can we have a quick look at your shelving? It's just the things for that. Nothing special. Try those Vidavon headlocks for the laser nut. I have not tried anything for the laser nut since I recently put it together, or last year put it together. Keep it up. Keep it. I don't want no 45-minute video. Nobody's going to sit back and watch that. But I did notice that YouTube does like to push the stupid long videos because they get more mid-roll ads in there. You know, they load it up and that gets too annoying. It's probably still going to be 20 minutes long though, because I get into it every single vehicle. I show you guys the balance, the forward, the back, the bias on it. I weigh them in as well. Show you guys the chassis and a nice little run across them. So, and then each one takes on 3 courses. So it's actually, one of them did way better than I expected, and one of them failed miserably. Primal and released a 2-inch wheel extension. Oh geez, for what? What do we need a 2-inch wheel extension for? 45 minutes. 45 minutes is too long. It'll probably be, by the time I edit it down to get the clips, like the weigh-ins are just gonna be a few seconds. Boom, bam, 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 move right along so we can get to the drive. It'll probably still be about 20 minutes or so. And I will eventually get them in black. Cool, cool. What up, brother? Cull Lightyear. And I've seen the mini LMT and the bouncer vid. Yes. Yeah. Did I have the... Okay. Saw you on the 11 Charlie live last night. Yes, sir. I was there. You ever tried the sweep crawler tires? I have not. What's the wheelbase and track width on Sam? Standard 10. Well, wheelbase is around 13.4, 13.5 maybe on that one. Track width is just kind of normal track width. Maybe plus a few millimeters, but not much, nothing special than any other vehicle really on the overall dimensions and all that. I'm looking for a censored ESC and motor combo big enough for the Traxxas Summit. Pretty much get any 1/8 scale motor combo. The Hobbywing system works fine. The Castle does fine. Like the Monster X 6S is what you need on there. The Max 8 from Hobbywing works fine on that. So pretty much any 1/8 scale censored system will work fine on that. Now the Castle, the Monster X actually has like a crawler mode on it, as where the Hobbywings don't. But the Hobbywings are quiet, so kind of got to think about that one. Okay. What's your take on the comparison between Tusks and any Proline G8 compound? Any Proline G8 compound. Now the G8 compound, as I understand it, I'm not out west, but they work really good in the hot summer. And people prefer the G8 over the Predator because it is a harder compound and it actually holds better, wears better, and all that. But here, a G8 Predator, a G8 Hyrax or something like that, a crawler, honestly, I'd probably choose the Tusks. But I can tell you right now, the tire that is just winning everything out here right now is the J Concepts Megalithic. They don't last forever, but they pretty much own the Exoplex right now. Check down and try to course out. Come on, Kelly, let's do it. Crystal building a Rift on a budget. What's a good budget axle housing? Buddy, the stock axle housings are actually okay. I mean, unless you want to just get crazy with it, but you're talking budget, man, Axial fixed all the broken axle housing parts. So just use the stock axle housings, man. Just put them in there and have fun. You know, what's up, Andrew Siri? Just got the purple aluminum trailing arms and links from my orange Axial Rift. All right. That's some interesting colors. See you on the Operation 11 Charlie. Yes, sir, Marcus. I was there. I've been on there maybe 3 or 4 times. They're going to be here at the Exoplex on Saturday. And Sunday we're racing. So, yep, going to be another 2-day event. Two-day weekend. It's crazy at how busy I am. Put a Bounce RC video up yesterday. Hope everyone well. Got you, Blitz. Yes, sir. Have you tried the 9i Mod Servo or Outrunner motors? 9i Mod? I've never heard of 9i Mod. No, I've got all kinds of Outrunner motors. I mean, they all seem to work fine. DSM landmines, they did really good today because they were on one of those vehicles up there. they are on, actually, they were on this one right here, in which right here, got the J Concepts stage killer body on it, and this actually has the DSM kit on it. So yeah, I've got the DSM competition kit on this right here. This is the Portal one. I've got his kit also on the straight axle one as well. So the battery right down into there, you can see all that. This is all from DSM Off-Road, and he's right here with us. So kind of funny you mentioned that when I'm actually running these on here. So but that was the base camp. And up here we have Superlight, Cliffhanger, the Brazen Scale high-low, the Ecto, and then the Sam truck. Now that Talbot greenlit the X-Max XRT Ultimate, you're getting one. I have no need to get an Ultimate. My XRT is way beyond that. And my X-Maxes, all three of them are way beyond that. I don't need it. Blitz RC, I did. What's up, RC Daily? Yep, Addicted RC. He sure did. So I can't. Did he actually get the drive on it? Because we were talking back and forth about what he wanted to do, and I asked him about his Ram, which one he's talking about the trail truck, which is kind of a tall one. So I recommended the 6mm bar for him. So that was what I sent to him. Mean the Talbot greenlight a car. Talbot greenlights a car, that means he must actually approve it. Now he loves the X-Max anyway. So what's up, Enlighten? Will I be coming to ECC this year? They'll be having Sorka, Worka, RNC, Men, CCA, Raging Crawlers. Yes, I am planning to come to ECC this year. Soon to have my new Carbon Rock Warrior chassis for the base camp on it. Let's go, dude. Which one do you want it on? The Portal like that one or the straight axle? I actually feel... Now, I don't have any brass on the straight axle, so performance-wise, the Portal is actually the better performing truck at this point in time. I've actually used Cura as far as my printer, and I'm actually using the Creality slicer now, which is based on Cura. So it all kind of works the same. I haven't noticed any difference in prints, but I will tell you this, that KE is nice. Let me show you guys a couple things I've worked on and made here, because I'm working on this. When I get these designs done and ready to go, I'm going to put them on the website. Like if you guys really wanted this stuff now, I would probably go ahead and print it to you, but you have to send me an email on it. It goes like that. So this is the RC8X. I wanted to have my thumb kind of forward a little bit more than have it out back here. So I made this. Seems to work pretty good. And then for the DX5C and 6C, I made this. Now this right here requires a little bit more travel, but it actually works pretty good. And all it does is go underneath the factory wheel. So it's just a piece to go underneath that. I've also got some VRD battery trays and stuff like that. I'm learning. I'm on a crash course, dude. Yeah. Max 10, ESC, and 4000, only 3S. All right, Crystal Lynn, what are you putting that in? Max 10 ESC and 4000 kV motor, only 3S for starts with that systems. I'm not sure what you're putting that in, buddy. Remember, get everyone to sub to Exocaged so we can see a video of him getting his first tattoo. I will tell you, I have had a surge in subscribers lately, It might be from Sparks though. Bulldog, thank you, buddy. Appreciate that. Did you see my comment? Hobby Wing 16BL30 combo from Mini LMT. Ooh, okay. I just saw this comment. I did not see your other comment. RC Daily, yes, I believe you are correct on that. It is not the Cura seems to update like every 2 weeks or something with some new update or something. But really, I haven't felt a need to really do the updates. Did you see the link to the better battery for the... Yes, I did. I sure did. I need to make up one of those thumb steers for SLT2 and DX3. SLT2? DX3. Where's my... Hold on. It's somewhere around here. I've got it. You're talking about one of these? You want a thumb steer on this? It doesn't need one. At least not for me. This is the RTR SLT2. That fits nice. This is the one that came with the Mini LMT. Rift on a budget. Oh, Rift on a budget. Oh, okay. That's what it's talking about. Isn't 4,000 kV a little bit fast for a Rift? Plus, you got to have Mod 1 pinion gear on it. So, if you look in the book on it, and if it still says 32 pitch, it's wrong. It's a Mod 1 pinion gear. Most of those are have a 5mm bore for a 5mm shaft. Speaking of that, I got this pinion gear right here from Vidavon. This is a Mod 1.5 15 tooth with a 5mm D bore in this thing. Pretty nice pinion gear. Okay, like a base camp RTR radio. That's a DX3 right here. That's not bad. That works. Rift on a budget, the base camp. Find a way to fix the Arma bend bolt and roll cage. Okay. Group therapy session with Sam. Group therapy session with Sam. Can't keep the front end down on my tracks. That's sledge. Okay, love everything with four wheels. The way you keep the front end down on a sledge is to not give it so much throttle. You got to control that throttle, buddy. It's otherwise referred to as installing the driver mod. What you do is, when you go to take off with that thing, you know, this is obviously not a Traxxas controller here, but just kind of roll into it. You don't have to just punch it and hope for the best. Just roll into that a little bit, and you'll eventually get your driver mod installed. Without an adapter would be nice, or something you can, but you can reach them without the adapter. It would be nice to have something to grip onto. Well, I mean, I don't see, I don't know. Lower link ends closest to the, I think they all still come with the bent links, and I don't like those. I'd rather have the straight ones on there. What's up? Let me see. I really like the DX3. You said about getting the bouncer lower. You could put a 10mm less shock on it. Perhaps. As far as like this right here. This little guy's got a broken shock. I found 4 of them on eBay, and I ordered all of them. This thing right here, with the portals and all, I could possibly get shorter shocks for it. But realistically, bouncers should be straight axle. And that would bring it like 19 millimeters down. So to be scale in any possible way, it would need straight axles, not the portals. So now I've got Arthur working on a few things for me, and one of them is different hubs for these wheels to narrow it, because you can see how they go over the portal right here. Well, these have got the stock hubs, which is a stock width. 5 millimeters narrower will cover the portal up. It'll also bring the wheel scrub down, because you got all this wheel scrub on here. It'll reduce that, making your steering geometry better. Also, there's a lot of guys trying to compete, trying to do competitions with these things. So being able to have a hub width, stock, narrow, or wide, allows you tuning opportunities to set your vehicle up. I like my vehicles to be wider at the front and narrower at the back. That's just a personal preference, because you can drive it, you can put it where you want on the front, and the back usually follows. You can kind of adjust that a little bit with your servo, push it around a little bit, but typically the back follows. A little bit narrower, help you get to them gates easier. So, in which, actually, I've got a competition crawler video to finish up and put up for you guys as well. But yeah, and I would have rather had straight axles on this, but this is all I had in stock. A couple portal Vidavon SEX6 housing. There is nothing SEX6 on here. Nothing from Axial is on this. This is all Vidavon. Now, he's also working on a thing to drop the electronics and battery mounts down as well. Getting the balance out. Sparks mentioned your YouTube channel a lot in this video with the Vidavon sway bar. Yeah, cool deal. Thank you, Grizzly. Yes, sir. Feather the throttle. What's up, Slow MK? So it's like a 3665 hobby motor. Does have a 5 millimeter shaft. Okay, if it's got the 5 millimeter shaft and stock pinion, you'll be okay. The stock pinion is a 17 tooth. You guys are moving pretty quick here. Crystal, so the stock pinion is like a 17 tooth. With that motor, you may need to drop that down a little bit to like a 14. I think 13 is as small as you can go. That's a lot of kV in my opinion for that, but if you gear it down, I think you'll be okay. Goodies, yes sir. You have to gear it down. Spectra makes a thumb steer for the DX3. They're $9.99. Dude, hey, I like that some of them come with it on there to begin with. That's awesome. The Tesla bouncer, Mr. Know-It-All. You got to put bouncer in there, dude. Look confused. Group therapy session. You're talking about the, like when we did like the 101 class out there? We should try to get a Yikong TB7. You're awesome. Have mine in 2 months. I don't even know what a Yikong TB7 is, Blitz. Still building my gatekeeper for a friend right now. It's been fun. Almost done. Good deal. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I'm going to be getting the Omni Terminator. Paul King, what's up? Paul King, you're going to like the video that I upload tonight. I think you're going to like it because I believe the way it's set up, it should work out good. I can't say anything more because this is going to be like a surprise, because one of them was a big surprise to me. The other one, I kind of expected it, but I was worried about it. Never afford a, I think I said never afford a Raminator. They tell me your top 3 modded cars, usually they can cover a Raminator. Yeah, you're right, Addicted. Yeah, Raminators are not cheap. And honestly, you buy a brand new Raminator, you yank on that thing, you finally get it going, and you're like, yeah, and you're like, oh God, it's slow. Oh, it's so weak. And honestly, they drive very clumsy. They really do. I mean, you dump a ton of money into it, proper servos, preferably electric conversion, bring that monster down. They will handle pretty well for what they are. But man, I tell you, they will not out-handle the Ram Bouncer. That thing handles so good. And I still haven't got the suspension dialed in yet. What was the cost if I'll take that shift servo off of you? Heck no, I'm keeping that shift one. I'm thinking about getting another one and putting 2 shifts on the green bouncer and then doing the Beast 2000s on this one. Marcus, the comp crawler shootout. Yes. Group 1 is done. I just got to edit it and do my outro and stuff, but that is group 1 right there. Tomorrow, I hope to get group 2 done, then group 3, and then take the top 6 and move them on to the semifinals and then go to the final top 3. Hit the like button. Joe probably has 25 to 30 RCs over 3K. Addicted, you're probably right. Mud truck is next. I have a Mini. I have a Mint 72 K10 Cheyenne Super. I used to do mud bogging back in the day. But most of the time I used to. Mid Ohio RC, dude, I drive one-handed even when I'm not recording. I was driving one-handed before I ever started the channel. I mean, for real, I was driving one-handed before I ever started that. It was just comfortable for me to drive one-handed, you know? And that was when I found different radios like the GT3C. It had a one-handed adapter. Oh man, this is amazing. And then the GT5 and now the others are all getting into it. So it's wonderful. And when you're on a crawler, like say you're crawling, okay, you're out doing your thing and all of a sudden it's like you're on a trail for hours and you can just drop your arm and walk with it versus doing this the whole time. This right here will wear you out just simply holding that thing up. Just drop your arm and do what you got to do, right? Hey, mud truck. I got at least 8K in my Gravedigger. Andrew, oh yeah. If you want a ram bouncer, got to get the chassis from Addictive RC. And I know Primal is out of a lot of things, but the rumor is if you want to build a from scratch ram bouncer like what I did, axle housing or front axles and all that are supposed to be back in stock mid to late February. So might be something to think about. As far as the transmission goes, if you want to use like a stock Raminator transmission, you'll have to send that to Travis and let him build off of that one. Because he built off of the SCX6 transmission and the skid and everything like I use. Sounds nice. Wanted to do my truck as well. Need to figure out a ram bouncer before the next primal. Now I've got the Primal Challenger on order, so I've got that with the good suspension and everything. I ordered the electric roller, so should be pretty nice. And the game plan is to get the car, you know, do my table thing with it, all that stuff. Take it out, give it a nice drive, rip some donuts, and then finish that one up. Go back out and burn the tires off the back of this thing. I'm talking just shred the tires. Donuts, burn them off, smoke them up, I don't care. Burn them to the wheels. Then I'll order some new ones. And then I'll be driven normally. But I do want to do just a full-on burnout, just smoke the heck out of them things, you know. I think that'd be kind of cool to see. I have spare axle housings on the shelf. You got oh, dude, you are fully loaded then, aren't you, Andrew? Dude, you're all set. The axle housings are $900 a piece, dude. So you got $1,800 of it already taken care of. You probably have links, those little cone washers, which are hard to get. Dude, you're halfway there. All you need is the chassis, transmission, skid, in which I should have skids in stock here in about 2 weeks. As far as transmissions go, I think I've got enough. Getting the gears to convert them, should have all that stuff soon. And I believe I'm going to have one extra transmission, but you're looking at $350 just for the transmission but pretty darn stout, you know. Who's going to make a 6x6x6 with primal axles? I don't know, Addicted, but it's not going to be me. I know okay, I want to try something. And I mentioned it on 11 Charlie RC. I need to find this locally. But tell me if you think I'm being stupid, okay? Uh, okay. When you go to different events like Axial Fest, you see people like kids in like the little stroller things being pulled behind the SCX6, right? I want to do that. But my idea is a little bit different. Number one, I'm a big fat grown dude, right? So my idea, as crazy as it sounds, is to do how much bigger are primal axles compared to metal SCX6 housing? 3 times as big. But what I want to do is get a lightweight, foldable, preferably fat tire wheelchair. Take the front casters and things off of this thing, right? And build a trailer hitch and put a hitch on the raminator. Basically, I could sit back in this thing and just trailer myself around. How awesome would that be? That would be awesome. Man, I'd end up crashing that thing and go rolling. You see a big fat guy in a black shirt rolling down a ditch. That'd be funny. That'd be funny. Because you know somebody'd get that on camera. That would be awesome. Oh my God. Oh. I can't wait for tomorrow. I parked a beer for my Thor ripoff deals. A lot of guys canceled the Dodge because of that suspension, and it was really bad. But they went through and they took care of that. It has an actual suspension on it now, like it should have. And Lighten RC needs a front axle because he has the blue Ram bouncer. There is a blue one, and Lighten RC's got that one. My other buddy Al has the orange one, which is actually still here, by the way, and I've got the green one. Andrew, you got 140? You're about 20 more than I've got, buddy. I'm closing in. Chris, what do I suggest for a system for the Rift? Mine has, and I don't believe it makes anymore, a Holmes 2100 kV Polar Pro. Okay, Holmes 2100 kV Polar Pro, and I believe I've got the Mamba X in it. But honestly, it could use a Monster X. There's a few times where the Mamba doesn't quite have what's needed to pull that, but the Monster X will. And for me, I think the Castle and good power is there. I see guys putting like the Fusion 2300 in it, and I'm like, not me. That just doesn't seem right, in my opinion, for the Rift. When you go to do burnouts, put a little ATF under the rear tire set. You will get the smoke. I can do that. Should I put like, I think if I do that, I'm going to glue in some kind of a wheel well or something to kind of keep all that from slinging inside the body. I'd hate to mess the body up because the body is where a lot of the value would be, I guess. I guess you could say. For my kids and a wagon like Charles trick or treating. Yeah, see, I want to do it. Got the Reese Brass 99 Micro and a set of megalithic. Okay. Yeah, see, I've got the full elevated 24th course. I guess we need to see about running a competition on that. Maybe. I don't even know what to do on setting up a 124th comp. Enlighten, yes, thank you. Just a lightweight one because I've got my event trailer. When I get my event trailer done, which might be next week, I'm going to do a video of that for you. It looks like just a junky plywood pile of junk, but man, I tell you what, it's got features to it. It's got features. The whole top opens up. I'm hoping uh Scale Rat. I was talking to him on the 11 Charlie last night, trying to get a stencil made for this thing where I can put the big old Exocaged logo on the top of this thing, to where when I open it, it actually has hydraulic shocks. IEQ found me some shocks at a flea market for $6. Boom, they're on there. So I open the lid up, whole logo sticking out there, which would be pretty nice. The back of it drops down like a tailgate, except like a ramp. So I can drive the raminator, drive the ram balancer, all that stuff in there. Yeah. Yeah. I can pack all this stuff with me. Like when I go to events, I generally sleep in the car. Well, with this, I can drop it down, lock it up, which hopefully thieves leave it alone. But I can lock it up and have a whole car to sleep in, which would be nice. Usually I'm sleeping in my car with like a wall of RCs over here. Yeah. Fat tire wheelchair is mountain bike rims. Okay. Well, Clayton, I'm not done with that yet. As far as with the coffin, which is kind of like the slang for my trailer because it kind of looks like a big coffin. Um, I'm going to hook it up to it and see if it'll pull the trailer as well. But it has a roller wheel on it, so it'll be a little bit different. Sleek Hobbies, what's up? So on a wheelchair and power the chair, but use a RAM or SEX6. See, now Marcus, that's such a bad idea, but it would totally work, you know. Basically, I'd have to gear it down a lot because, you know, it would probably work. But the weight it would take it. No, I'm not doing that. Sorry, Marcus. No, I'm not getting into that kind of a thing. Not going to get into that one. What good suspension for America Force Sin Racing 1/6 scale? Buddy, I have no idea about that one. I I can't help you there, buddy. So reorder the Dodge for people influencers. For people influence what I buy. Talbot, you, Francis, and RC Review, and Kenny Downs. Well, see, Andrew, this is because I ordered them like as soon as we could. Me and my buddy Al did. So, and we saw the suspension. We were thinking, man, we were almost ready to cancel as well, but we didn't. So we are still there, and we're getting the upgraded or what they should have been to start with cars. So yeah, we're getting those. I think on their website they still show the first version with the horrible and no suspension on it. I told him, I said, dude, you should update that. Put like the regular one on there because that doesn't help them make sales. But yeah, I think we're going to be okay now because they went and put a full suspension. I mean, it's legit. You have seen the pictures, right? There's enough of us around with 24s to do a comp. I think we should do a comp then on 124s. Trax is making a 1/6 scale crawler. I think it should be fairly easy for them to do. Addicted to RC. Man, Traxxas has sat around and not done anything new for a long time. But that new little retro car thing, that was phenomenal. And I've seen them on eBay, 1,000, 1,500. If I had the extra cash, I would actually pay that to get that car. I really would. Because it's so unique. You know, I mean, really, it really is unique. Hopefully, that shows me and everybody out here that they are working on new stuff. I would love to see a Traxxas competitor to the Rift. I would love to see a competitor to the SEX6. And also just overall brand new crawler. I mean, the TRX4, as bomb proof as it is ancient at this point in time. Ancient. Sawyer's RC. When I have a question, when I hit 1,000 followers on TikTok, I'm going to buy an RC. Should I buy a TRX4 kit or base camp? Sawyer's, are you planning to jump it and beat on it? If you're going to jump it and beat on it, get the TRX4. If you want to drive a little bit more towards crawling, more skill stuff, get the base camp. The base camp is a really good truck to build off of. And DSM is about to have a lot of modifications, or at least a chassis and all that. As far as the axle goes, you can modify them to no end. So, but you can do that with Traxxas too. The Traxxas is the stronger, more bulletproof truck, but I like the base camp too. David, yeah, big fat guy. My physical fitness goals. Yeah, I have not had a chance. I actually did get a gym membership, and dude, I went there like 5 times. It's just you would think I would have so much free time. The only free time I really get is when I'm sleeping. It's really weird. I'm either working in here on who knows what, or out there working on the park, or setting up, or editing. Now, I do take time off. I mean, I'll sit there and I'll scroll through TikTok and mess around a little bit, but it's really interesting what I do for a living now. Oh, IEQ Master is still on here. You haven't went to bed yet. All right. So I got to figure out how to even do a 124 comp. I got to check my 124, see which ones run. I don't do much 124 content. The new suspension still doesn't do it for a more workaround than a real design. Man, to me, it looks like they reworked a lot of it. I mean, the rear axle on it when they first put it out was a solid axle locked up. Now it's got an independent rear suspension on it. The front was 1930s basic, and now it actually has double A-arms. I mean, it looks to me like they redesigned everything to make that work. And I kind of like them. At least I think so. I'll have one here hopefully in March. And we're going to titanium cage in your head. I only have one titanium cage, and that was the Furatech cage for the Rift. That's not what I cool in about a year or so. Dude, maybe they'll do it like the hauler, let it run for a year, get all that out, and then make something available. If they do, I'm going to order it, pre-order it as fast as I can, just like everybody else. And if it comes out for $350, yeah, it'll be quick. I mean, it's just a two-wheel drive. It's not like there's anything special other than it's just unique. Ah, there you go, Andrew. In order for me to get a Snap-on 19, I have to buy a 15K toolbox. Man, ain't no way, man. I tell you, I never got into the Snap-on. I was always a Husky and Harbor Freight tool kind of guy. Harbor Freight tools, I've got one ratchet called the Sidewinder. That stupid thing is awesome, man. It's got a little twist handle on it. 90-degree ratchet. Dude, I had that thing for like 10 years. I've never broke it. And I've pulled on it pretty hard, dude. That thing's actually pretty neat. TRX4 Rover. Yeah, I don't need that. I don't need another TRX4. Ice cream sandwiches, yes. Well, cage isn't it Ty? No, this cage is billet 7075. And that the sides of them, the side of it is one piece machined. Rain. It's looked like it was going to rain. In fact, IAQ Master, it rained in Jacksonville. He said it rained in Jacksonville pretty bad. Let's see. See, here it doesn't show anything other than cloudy. And here it shows perfect. So, if this is the case, our racing on Sunday is going to be awesome. Absolutely awesome. But the only thing a weatherman can do is tell you what has happened. They can't predict what's going to happen 10 minutes from now. All they're good at is guessing. Oh, it might rain tomorrow. No, crap. This is Florida. You never know. What power system are you planning to put in the Primal Challenger? In the Challenger, I'm thinking just a Castle XLX2 and an 1100 kV motor. But I kind of want a Max 5 G2 and 1250. That way I could 12S it. You kind of watch out with the 12Sing the 1250. It's not rated for it, even though I did it successfully. And that right there blew a tire up, but the motor took it, and I still have that motor in something. I think that motor is actually in the Ram Bouncer right now. I got the local. Give me a price for the RC only. Paul, you got the local Snap-on guy getting you a price for the RC only. Dude, let me know. If it's reasonable, let me know. I would love to have one of them things. Put some sand paddles on it and go out there and race the track against all the bandits. Be pretty cool, wouldn't it? I wouldn't do that with that thing. Not saying I wouldn't put sand paddles on it, though, for a video. Yeah, but I kind of want that thing addicted. I don't need another T-Rex. I have 11 of them, and I need another. I've got a few T-Rex 4s. I do, but I'm good to go. I did have discount codes directly with Hobby Wing, and I think the Marcus was using it. Does that discount code still work, Marcus? What was the total on the Raminator Bouncer? As it sits right now is about 5K in that thing. When I'm done with it, probably 7. French Matthew, what's up? If I do get the challenge, it's going to be a Max 5 800. Yeah, the Max 5, I think it's just two-wheel drive. I mean, think about this. I'm running a Max 5 G2 with a 1250 small motor and a 75-pound four-wheel drive fifth scale vehicle. Everything about that is wrong. The ESC isn't even near rated for this thing. The motor is underrated, and it's working pretty good. The only issue that I have had with it is like when I'm driving through my home to park it, there's like a parking spot in here. Sometimes it'll brown out because of servo. I've got the ESC powering 4 fifth scale servos on that thing. So that's about the only thing I have to watch out for. I put a big Castle 12S, 14S BEC on it, and it was browning that out. So if it was browning that out, this ESC is taking a beating in here, but it's surviving. As far as the car goes, being just two-wheel drive, that'd be a piece of cake for that ESC. You could probably do a Max 6 in there and be fine. $12S is too much for a grave digger. Shoot, man, I love 12S on mine. Now, granted, I've got the 560 kV in there, but I mean, 12S is awesome in there. The last few times I've run it, though, I've only run it on 8S. But I geared it down, put 8S on it when I went to Haul and Crawl by Georgia Rock Zombies because I wanted to try to tame it down a little bit. And I knew I was going to be doing some tug of war with it, so I put the low gear set in there. So, yeah, that worked out pretty good. The Snap-on Edition vehicle, if the Snap-on guy will sell it to you, starts at $585. Paul, if all he wants is $550 or $600, dude, I need that. $585 from Snap-on, but the drivers can price it how they choose. Paul, that kitty called me today. Oh. 585, personally chooses. Vidavon make a sway bar that will work on a Wraith. Nope. He has nothing for the Wraith or the AR-60 axles. Christmas will work for me. Okay, so can Marcus, if you can find it real quick, can you post the discount code up right here so he can see that, please? Rich Matthew. Oh, Perry Craft is here. Gifted a membership, buddy. Thank you. Jim Palazzo, welcome. Painting Dave, yes, sir. First time I remember Max 4, 5, 6 grade, it flipped and killed the body. Man, see, I've got the two bodies on mine. I got the red one for general bashing and then the shiny show body. So, but yeah, man, shoot. Now, you did see the video, Andrew, where I was doing the X-Max style backflips with the Raminator. It's an older video at this point, but yeah, I was jumping and catching X-Max backflips on that thing, man. It won't do it with the low gear set on 8S. It will just probably just crash right on the body and probably cause some damage. If we find a local truck and hit him up. What's the best way to solder 10 gauge wire without Craig? A torch. You got to have a big soldering iron or a soldering gun, a lot of heat to make that happen. Sometimes when I'm soldering big wires onto connectors like the QS8s, I will literally, I don't have it here, but I have a little pen torch thing. I will literally like heat that wire up and get everything hot before I ever put it down onto the connector, because it's so much mass to heat up, man. Big wires can be a pain to solder. How much stiffer do you think the Vidavon links are compared to the upgraded collector edition Gravedigger versions? Vidavon links? Vidavon has links for the Raminator? Really, he has suspension links for the Raminator. Dude, if he does, I gotta get a set. Andrew, yeah, buddy, you gotta find a soft landing pad, buddy. If you notice, when I generally do my jumps, I try to land where the ground is soft. Man, I would not do that on concrete for nothing. Okay, Glenn, good question. When you're going to do this, you can just simply put like a JST on the battery side for the ESC, right? The ESC battery plug. Put your JST on that thing, hook up your BEC to that, plug that right into the receiver. The red wire coming out of the ESC, just pop the little tab up and bring that back and just tape it back. That way you got your BEC powering everything. And bump that up. You should be good to go. How's it for double A day? What's up? My links. You're talking about the arms that go back and forth? I mean, I haven't seen any suspension links or steering links for the Raminator from Vidavon yet. You want a good running riff with no cogging? Well, the Castle Monster X with the 2200 kV motor. Some of the guys are fitting the larger, like is it the 14, 15 size motor, but they got to Dremel out the skid a little bit to make everything fit. Okay, I got to go find that video from RC Sparks. I haven't been able to look online very much today. To solder into the power leads or an adapter. Maybe I can sell this setup and put it towards a Castle system. Yeah, dude. I mean, Castle to me has got a great punch, great power. I mean, just in my opinion. I mean, heck, I've got a Monster X in this thing right here. Gregory John, me and Barry was wondering when you were going to get the RC boat back out on the water. Um, don't know. I have no idea when I want to take the boat out again. Sway bars. Okay, okay, okay. You're talking about how much stiffer are the Vidavon sway bars over the stock? A lot. The 5 millimeter ones are a lot stiffer. The stock bar is a 4 millimeter bar, so the 5 millimeter is a lot stronger. The 6 millimeter holds that thing flat. You can cut that corner and that raminator will barely pick up a tire, dude. I mean, it holds it flat. Take off. All right, cool deal. I'm looking at Vidavon website right now and I'm not seeing any links for the raminator. Yeah, he was talking about the sway bar. Yeah, Andrew, I got to find that video, man. I haven't been able to do much anything. When I went to the computer earlier, I started working on this right here for a project I want to do. I got to make some adjustments, but started working on that. Then I was working on the trailer, then the park out there, and then the 6 trucks. That video there took up a bunch of time, and I haven't even got to the editing yet. So it's going to be a late night. The cogging doesn't bother. Now, as far as the cogging goes on the Rift, okay, RC Specialist, you got a point. If you drive a Rift like you're going to drive it, if you're busting hills and getting it down, you don't need to worry about the cogging because you're going to be out there going. But if you're going to be, kind of crawling with it a little bit and moving, then the cogging can be a real issue. But depends on how you drive it. My box stock Rift on 4S was good for almost 40 miles per hour. Just with a 2200 kV motor, box stock on 4S was like 40 miles per hour. What's up, Manitoba? On my Power Hobby Enduro build, did your link ends seem stiff? My TRX4 LCG kit is together, links are stiff. Sometimes they are a little bit stiff in there. Doesn't really seem to bother anything, though. Now, as far as the Enduro you're talking about, well, I think you're talking about this chassis right here, which I've got on Sam, and which I've actually got videos for Sam I need to put out there. I did some videos with the shock bands by D's company. I tried them on the back. It didn't work, but if you look at the back of Sam, we now have a reef sway bar back here. So, but this is the Power Hobby chassis I think you're talking about, right? The forward mount transmission and everything. What was your question? Let me dig up underneath here again. Yeah, how long my draft show? Cognitive my link in seems to. I've got the Power Hobby links right here. The front links, I believe I had to custom work on my front links, put them all together to make this one work. So, and this particular one right here actually has a Fusion Pro with the external BEC on it. That way you can volt up the brass 500 here and get a lot of juice, a lot of power out of that thing. So, yeah. That's a mean truck. Oh, I hate to knock that thing down on top of that. It's about a 30-pound DBX LE. Right up there. My 12S X Max right there. Can I comment on Sparks about the sleep bars after the live started? I was hoping he would pop in on the live. I tried to let him know. Well, cool. He should drop in, man. Best J Concepts, magmas or choppas? Choppers. Get to the chopper. All right, Drewski, are you talking about X Max tires? Magmas? Now, the magma tire, I've got one around here. It's a very large and heavy X Max tire. great for backflips. It'll rip them like nothing. But I do believe they're a little bit too big, a little bit too heavy for like performance driving, if that makes any sense. I've got a set. 633 servo set. Nice job, Chainsaw. I think the 729 is a lot better servo, buddy. 52. Yeah, man, I do see. I see 82 watching right now and 55 likes. Man, I'm going to hit some hearts over here. Let's see if I can do something. Oh, 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 oh. There we go. Some hearts. That doesn't help very much, though. Power Hobby. I see that the wheels on Sam are the 1.9 versions of the 2.2 Ghost wheels. Never actually knew them. Me neither. When Sean had his event here, the No Man Left Behind event, uh, I can't think of his name, but he was actually here from Boom Racing and all that. Can't think of his name, but he was here and he had them. So basically, before the event was over, I bought 3 sets of wheels from him. I bought those. Yeah, I bought 3 sets of wheels from him. Fusion Pro and Race Pro woke that servo. Yes, it does, doesn't it, Marcus? The Fusion Pro is awesome at 7.4, 7.5 volts, but man, you bump that thing up with a 10 amp, it does wake them up. Like the Brass 500, the same way, dude. Absolutely. Can I get a SEX6 portal side axle shaft? Yeah, I can get a side axle shaft. SEX6 port, which I'm assuming you broke one. Now I've got the SEX6 portal gears. You're talking about the axle shaft, the little one, a little stubby. Did you break that? JT stat, yeah. Yeah, message me on that. Send me a picture of what happened here. But yeah, I can get those parts. Where can I get Trax 4S battery connectors? Man, those Traxxas battery connectors were a big issue. Traxxas made a big stink out of them. I'm not sure that you can get just the connectors. You may have to find some on some old batteries, cut them off, and resolder them. I'm not sure. I generally don't use the Traxxas battery connectors. How are going to get in any metal goodies for the mini LMT? How are going to get in any? Now, I do have a few things here for my little mini LMT, but now I'm waiting on shocks. So, but yeah, soon. Yep, snap the short shaft out of the box. Yeah, message me on that. I'll get a hold of him, and if I can get a replacement, which I'm sure I can, and if you want to get yours up and running real quick, I'll take one out of my truck and send it to you. And then when I get the replacement, I'll just put it back in my truck. If that's okay, that would actually get you back up and running. But man, how'd you break that thing? Was it a epic crash or something? Because that right there's got the portals and all that, and I'm gonna get stupid with it tomorrow. It's time for me to do a SCX24 mullet build with a mofo rear portal axle. That would be pretty neat, wouldn't it, Marcus? That would be pretty neat. If you could keep that thing down there. What's in my XRT right now? It's got the Max 5 G2 with the 1250 kV motor. And it runs great. Okay, so Traxxas is selling the connectors. Nice. Okay, I was unaware of that because I don't mess with Traxxas batteries. Traxxas doing we don't fit the stock Rift tires. The Traxxas 2.2, I have no idea on that one. I would assume they do. You launched it a bit too hard. Well, if you're launching that a bit too hard, I might need to get about 4 or 5 of them things to put in stock because I'm probably going to launch that a little bit too hard tomorrow. Anyway, I can get more power to my servos. I have 3 Reese RC888 servos running off a Castle 10 amp BEC. Okay, Everett, you are powering those servos 100% wrong. Okay, get rid of the 10 amp BEC. Those servos are good for 4S direct power. Okay, what size battery are you running? I'm assuming 3 or 4S on that with a Mamba X2, maximum 4S. Wow, how do you? Wow, that's a lot. Okay, on the battery plug to the ESC. Okay, put 3 JST plugs coming out of that thing and plug your servos directly into that. Okay, the 888 will run fine on 3S. It will absolutely run fine on 3S. Direct power them to your battery. That's when you'll see what the 888 can do. It's a beast of a servo, let me tell you. I got 2 or 3 of them around here. You saw a YouTube video of a woman who was building an X-Max on a 24S direct drive system. I would have to see that one myself. I got my Mamba X8S and 3 Brothers 8S Blackjack. Yeah. Yeah, that's a good, strong combo right there, buddy. South Florida, what's up, Glenn? How do you manage to get the gear ratio right without having the rear drag really bad when it comes to straight front portal rear? When I was doing that, I was looking at the F10, like on that particular vehicle, right? And the 5-2-5-1 ratio, which is what that particular axle, I had to buy the metal housing and a complete plastic rear axle assembly from Vanquish, and then put all that stuff together. 5-2-5 rear, and then the front being a normal 3.75-1. So it's 40% over or under depending on how you look at it. And the VRD carbon is 37%. So I'm right there. Now, if I do anything to it, I could actually put an overdrive gear on the rear, or I could underdrive the front to bring that down a little bit. But in the competition world, it seems anywhere from 35 to 40 is about what you want. And I was going to put the low gear set in the front to, bring it down to kind of drop the overall drive from like maybe 40% to maybe 30, somewhere in there, But honestly, I don't think I am. I think I'm going to leave it. Does it drag the back? Yes, it does. But it handles great. So now with I think I've got an Element front axle on Gold Digger with a SCX 10.3 portal on the back of it, okay? On those, you have your over or under on your ring and pinions you can change. Plus, you can do like a 15, 20, I think it is, on the, you can put the overdrive portal gears in the back to reduce the amount of overdrive you're pulling from the front. Front still about a 3.75-1. So you can adjust it with portal gears as well in the SCX6 axles. TRX4 axles, you only have a ring and pinion that you can adjust. Now, in my high-low truck, which is, I think, right there, that one has a SCX10 3 front axle and a TRX4 rear axle with selectable locker. Now, the goal for that vehicle was to have a selectable locker to where it would turn better, because when you have a lot of overdrive and you back up, the tires are, pushing together because the front's pushing hard, right? And it can be a major pain. So my theory was, and it didn't really work out like I'd hoped, was that having an open diff, selectable diff on the back, it could actually have some give back there and not have that issue. It didn't really work out like I'd hoped. It worked, but not really like I'd hoped. Should I solder JST plugs to the servo because it doesn't have one on? Don't know if the LP is different than the standard. You got the Reese RC 888 servos, right? The 888 servo? me see here. I've got. I know I've got a 888 somewhere. I can show you this right here. This is the same thing. Okay. See, this is the Reese 777 right here. This particular one, you've got your wires right here to go to your receiver, and then you have these right here, which are your direct power to the servo. The 888 is the same way. Unless you're talking about you've got the 800 LP. Now that's just a regular direct servo, as in direct to the receiver. That's a whole different servo there. Might as well pull my battery out while I got it. So are you sure you have a 888, or is it the 800? The raw 800. That's a whole lot different servo there, buddy. And if it's a raw 800, then the BEC is pretty much the way to go. So, oh, okay, the 800. Okay. What's the BEC set at? That should be good for about 8.5 to 8.6 volts. What are you running the BEC at? Are you running like a Castle BEC or something like that? Yep, the 2500s do a good job. You managed to get the ratio right. Do you vent all your tires, and if so, where do you place the vent hole? I do vent my tires, and I've got one that's messed up. I vented it. I got to take the tire off the wheel and move it. I vent them. I put them on the inside. However, 7.5. Okay, bump that up to about 8.6 volts on that Castle BEC, buddy. That servo is good for it. What I do, see, one of these tires is vented, and I put it on the wrong side, right here. I vent the sidewall. I got to take this tire off and flip it around and put it over here. So I put my hole into the inside. So, yeah, I kind of messed up. And I hope. No. Okay, my hole's on the wrong side. Just going to have to stay there. But anyways, yeah, I vent the sidewall. And I use... Let me see if I have it up here. Just a little hole punch, a little 1/8 hole punch. Something I got off of Amazon years ago. I think it was Race Tech, something like that. I usually have it sitting up here, but I don't see it where I can show you guys what I use for that. For your high-low, could I have a neutral drive dig system? Yeah, if the transmission had it in there. Okay, JT, cool deal. I can't check it right now. I'll check it when I get done with the live, which will probably be around 9 o'clock. 7.5, yep. Thanks for all the good videos and lots of great content. Thank you, Outdoors. Brass 500, only run out 7.2, whatever the Fusion puts out, but I want to get a BEC. Man, you bump that Brass 500 up on a BEC, dude, it's a whole new servo. I'm telling you right here. Yeah, just one hole per tire. You don't need the air to get in and out fast. I mean, it's a crawler. So it works fine. About 1/8 inch is what I do. Yeah, you don't need fast in and out. 1/8 inch hole's fine. With a TRX4 driveline being bulletproof, would you consider it for a competition style rig? I think Vidavon makes an overdrive ring and pinion for the TRX4. Speaking of making it for a competition style rig, let's look at one. It's funny, you guys are asking these questions and I'm like, it's right here. I can show you all this stuff. Now, these axles use TRX4 internals, okay? But these are GRC axle housings. So they do use all the, man, I'm getting all my batteries out tonight. Like this right here. The reason I use this one is because of the C-hub design. See how this comes down? it doesn't come all the way down like this to catch on stuff. So it gives you a little bit more clearance. But yeah, this is TRX4 base right here. I haven't changed the ring and pinions in it. It's whatever the stock gearing is, because the transmission has overdrive in it right here. But if I did anything to this on the overdrive, I would put the underdrive gears in the back. I'd leave it alone. I prefer to gear down my axles and gear up whenever possible. So now the TRX4, you see this, you're like, oh man, that's a good sharp turn. Axials, the U-joint axles, you can get so much more turn out of those, because right here the CVDs bind up or they get maxed out, and that's all you're going to get. With the U-joints, you can go a lot further. So, and I don't want to say the lack of steering of this truck is a limiter, but it doesn't steer as good as the axial-based trucks do. But Amazon boggers, these things are pretty darn awesome. And overall, it does drive well. This is the UGRC Kleimenstein truck, by the way. It does drive good, though. It's going to be interesting when I get my whatever this is working. Ooh, that's about right. All right, good deal. I still got to make a lot of adjustments. I'm on a major learning curve on designing things, man. I have wasted so much filament. Now, typically on things like bolt patterns and stuff, I'll slice it, but I'll bring it down on the bed. So all I'm printing is just the bolt pattern itself. So I'm not printing a full 3-hour print just to check a bolt pattern. I'm just checking it real easy. I'm got a lot to learn on it, you know. And that one actually has servo and chassis. See here, you sell a lot of shock pliers with hole punches on it. Not really. Well, leather belt hole punch works great. That's pretty much what I've got. I just don't see the darn thing. I mean, it's up here, and I know I'm going to end up needing it, but it just pops about a 1/8 inch hole. It's kind of crazy though. Now I wonder where it is. I'm going to need it. You watch. Oh, speaking of that, I mentioned this on 11 Charlie yesterday. I've got 3 brand new sets of J Concepts megalithics, okay? 3 brand new sets. A carbon 6x6. Wow, that's pretty neat. All right, anyway, I've got these. These are the like the urethane Endura inserts. The blue and the green. I've got 3 brand new sets of megalithics. These are going to go into those tires. I've got 3 sets of wheels on the way. So each wheel and tire is going to be identically the same. The wheels are going to be a different color so you can tell them apart nice and easy, right? But I'm going to test these out on a lightweight truck and a heavyweight truck. We'll see. Plus, I can go around. Now, the red feels like it's going to be so stiff, you'll need a 14-pound truck to make that work. The blue feels pretty good. The green is the softest by far, okay? So the issue that I think we're going to see with these, and there was a guy out here running these the other day, and I saw the issue with these. These do not have the anti-roll properties of a printed insert. They do not have that. Are they better than the stock foams? Maybe. See if I can show this here as best I can. This is the softest one of the bunch, okay? I can do this here. See how this is rolling? So this does not have the anti-tire roll like what a printed insert has. So the blue is obviously a stiffer one, so a lot less on that. So the blue is going to give you a lot more accuracy right here. Is it soft enough to work in my vehicles? Don't know. We'll have to find out. The red's a monster. This thing is tough. But when I get to those videos, you'll see everything literally right here. You'll see it. And everything is going to be as even as I can possibly make it as far as like control factors on the variables for the vehicles and all that. Like I say, I'll run it on like maybe super light SV1 because it comes in at around 4 pounds 5 ounces, and then maybe I'll run them on one of my heavier trucks. And we can also see about something I've been wanting to try, and these will be fine for this right here because it's not a side roll stability thing, lateral stability. It's not that. It's about traction going up ramp. So I'm kind of wondering if a real super soft insert that allows the tire to really crinkle and roll is stickier than something a lot stiffer that holds the tread out. I'm not sure. It'll be interesting to see. I've kind of seen on some of my vehicles, because I do like to run really soft inserts, okay? I have seen some of my vehicles where the tire will roll, and when the tire will roll, it'll kind of do like this right here. But when it rolls, it does that number and the vehicle will fall back. So I'm kind of interested to see how that'll work out, you know? And with 3 identical tires, 3 identical wheels, we can actually see this. Because when you do YouTube and all like this stuff, whatever you do has to be visual, right? It has to be visual. And that's what I do my best at, showing everything. I get a brand new truck and, well, I got to show it correctly, right? Even if there is a hanging shock. And what was bad is I ordered 4 brand new stock shocks off of eBay, right? They're already parting these things out. So then I went on Amazon or A-Main just to look, and they got the full metal upgrade shocks. And it would have probably cost me $20 more, and I would have had the metal upgrades. I'm going to end up doing the metal upgrades, just so you guys know. But then I'll take these off right here, and I'll keep them here because there's actually quite a few of these little guys showing up out here now. When they bust their shocks off, I'll have something for them. Boom, I can get them fixed up. That's going to happen at some point. I have no choice. It's going to be metal shocks on that thing. Oh, my F9 Vanquish axles, I've got my steering maxed out where my endpoints are maxed out and it doesn't bind when full locked. Yep. Okay. Yeah. Do you vent those mudslingers? I saw how great they were. I have not touched these. I have not vented them. They are not vented. They are just as they come out of the box. I haven't touched the inserts or foams. I haven't done anything to them. They work pretty good, you know. Carbon 6x6 now, but I bought the Fusion Pro and the wheels for the VRD Carbon you said I needed. Okay, the Fusion Pro should pull that with authority, buddy. Should do really. A Carbon 6x6. I'm curious to see how you run the drive shafts around to the rear axle. Now, if you have the F10 metal in the back, you can flip that ring gear. So you would, and there's no way to get that out of there. I don't have a VRD up here. Well, I do have the back end of a VRD. Right here, you can flip the ring gear. Notice my pinion is low pinion. Well, if I can show this. It's a low pinion design because I had to flip that to get the proper rotation. Yeah, you wouldn't be able to get a drive shaft out of the back of that anyway. Megan, watch your tire test video. I'm looking for more tires, but ones that bite good. Buddy, the tires out here that are killing it just doing the absolute best are the J Concepts megalithics, man. They do seem to wear it a little bit fast, but dude, they hook up great. Well, by the time I get these 3 sets done with these, I will have, I believe, 6 sets of megalithics. So, yeah, I don't end up with 6 sets of anything unless they're really good. We knew that you can play with different combos, softer, firmer, front, and rear. Absolutely, South Florida. Absolutely can. They get the mail back in stock at the beginning of March of the month. Man, dude, at the No Man event, no, at our last skill comp Sunday, Sean, Jack's RC Recycle and Repair, had this. He put it on his table, brand new in the box and everything. And I looked at him, I'm like, dude, is that like for sale? He goes, well, yeah. You know, Mr. Giggles. I'm like, dude, I want it. So I bought it. Simple as that. What's funny is on my monster trucks, the only other grave digger, well, I've had like the Walmart grave digger with the big tires I floated, and I had the little Amazon grave digger that would do the wheelies and just kind of run around on its wheelies. I had that one, but this is like the first hobby grade grave digger anything I've had. Well, I've had the son of a digger, but not a grave. I'm interested in the anti-foam, but not sure how I would set them up. I like soft. I really do. But a lot of guys run like a soft and a medium in the back because when you're on a climb, all the weight's on the back end of the vehicle. So it makes sense. And having a real soft front one will allow the front to conform and work. So it makes sense. I'm going to get into all that when I get these set up. I'm still waiting for the wheels. The wheels are supposed to be here Thursday. So hopefully early next week I'll be able to start getting those going. The 3.83. Oh, the 3.83 tusks. Yeah, those are a little bit on the short side, buddy. Viking RC, you finally made it. It's possible if you want to try to recycle the filament. Typically, it goes right in the trash can. Yeah, the new 5.25 2.2s. Yes, I need to get those. It was mentioned to me a few weeks ago on those. And yeah, I got to get a set. Because right now I run the Proline Hyrax. And honestly, I'm just not a big fan of Hyrax. They run good. I just not a big fan of them. And right now, J Concepts is just dominating, at least out here. J Concepts is where it's at. Track specifically with Traxxas 110 Max. They have a set of tracks and they hold up on a 110 Max. Really, that's a lot of abuse. Oh, the Gravedigger Fire Body, it is literally sitting on the shelf. I have never used it. Why wouldn't beanbags work as inserts? Well, because they probably have zero side roll stability at all. At least I would think. I mean, never thought about it. We did have a guy stuff a bunch of Walmart bags in as foams years ago. Bargain Bashes, what's up? Yeah, see, some of the guys out here, they really love the Hyrax. I just prefer the crawlers or the J Concepts, honestly. It's okay, Bargain. You made it here. We still got half an hour to go. I think CCXRC comes on right after me, right? At 9 o'clock? I think he pops in at 9. Pool noodles. I've heard about pool noodles, but I don't want to mess with those. Probably going to be really stiff though, wouldn't they? Have to cut them and make them all like try to make them soft or something. Don't forget to hit that like, yes sir. I can't even hit. Can I hit the like on my own video? No. I can do this and this and this and those and that. I'm assuming you guys see those as well. Yeah. I'm using a lot of different parts and pieces for Traxxas. Yeah, Enjora, Mexico, Fly One Moto, what's up, buddy? All right, so you guys are giving me a break. Are you? I did have a. Yeah, I've already put that up. I bought these wheel nuts for the Raminator, and let me tell you a little bit of story about these. This right here came off, tore the threads out of it. So I came in here and messed around a little bit. The threads on the Raminator are the same as what's on the Arrma Creighton 8S. So I'll be ordering some green wheel nuts from Vidavon to go on my Raminator, my Ram Bouncer. Yeah. What's up, Swifty? So I'm packing my house, finally retiring from Boeing. We'll be moving from Seattle, Washington to my... Okay, so hold on. Gator RCN Games. You're moving from Seattle, Washington back to Keystone Heights, Florida. You realize you'll be about maybe 30 minutes away from me. You'll be right down the road. You got to come out and see everything and drive with us, dude. Kill a 6S pack in the UDR. The like button. Smelly cat gas. I like that name. It's always good to see a little smelly cat gas around here. For trail truck, we're down. Yeah. What color Enjoy inserts are softer? I ordered the greens. The greens are the softest. They are the softest by far. Then you have the blues, and then you have these gigantic monstrosities. So I don't think these are going to work at all for anything I have, but who knows? We'll find out. But the greens are the softest by far. We don't ever get any snow, buddy. Well, hold on. We typically get like 0.01 inch a snow flurry every year. We haven't got anything yet. Morning. Do man, I will. Yes, sir. Gator RC. Absolutely, dude. You test those and probably let me know. J Concepts probably get me a set of mega. Man, the megalithics are awesome. Gorgon, that thing is awesome too, man. Back card, yeah. Z4S batteries are great. I've got some Z batteries, yep. Oh, Joe, when you started crawling, did you ever use BBs in the tires for weight? I had a insert, which was like a do-it-yourself insert thing, and it had BBs on two-sided tape inside. But no, I never just put BBs in there because of the foams. They would bunch up on one side, at least in my opinion. So no, I never did that. Red One Fish, am I going to Beat the Creek this year? I am planning to be at Beat the Creek, yes. Yep. Appreciate it, man. Good to be around, yes, sir. Appreciate the advice. Thank you. Yes, sir. Z400. I use Spectrum batteries. Almost everything had a battery explode once. You know, NorCal, all batteries die. I don't care what brand you got. You know, you'll see online, this battery right here, it blew up on me. And then you have all the people jumping on like a bunch of vultures. Oh, Helios is crap, this and that. I'm like, dude, just stop. All batteries die. This one is going to die at some point. Just hopefully it just simply loses a cell and I can properly dispose of it, right? All batteries die. Everything has a lifespan. including us. And once we're gone, we are remembered for maybe a few weeks. And that's it. Oh, we charge her on. That'll happen. A lot of times when I see batteries mess up or blow up, it's off the charger. Or like if you put them in your vehicle, like say you try to say you try to run an X-Max off of this. It's just not right. So using your battery and the proper application is pretty darn important. They add some weight. Yeah, they do add some weight, but I don't know that it's I don't know that it's a game changer as far as the added weight. I'll weigh them in for you guys, but I don't feel that it's enough to change anything really. At least like here. Now in Jora, they had some other inserts. There were it was a two-stage insert where the middles were red, but it was like a polyurethane. And dude, no, those added some weight. Those added some weight, and then you had like a normal foam on the outside. Those added weight. Axial Ford Bronco Classic for another axial rift. What a deal. I also got the Bronco. Dude, the 299 Bronco, yes. Yeah, I mean, that was how I got mine. Because at 550 bucks, I wasn't going to spend that on that Bronco. But then they dropped it to 299. I bought one and then I bought another one. And yes, Marcus Landry, it is still sitting in the box. It is still unopened. And it is the white one, the white and blue one. It is still unopened. I've got an idea. I've got an idea. Never mind. Bad idea. Notice a lot of tire are not rated for speed, which is why I think most fall apart. Well, it depends. A lot of your tires that come around, like I think Traxxas is starting to put belted tires on their X Maxes, aren't they? Or the XRTs are got belted tires for them things now. So that's a good thing. But yeah, people just spin them too much and they go too far. Now the Proline Badlands is the Badlands MX43 is not belted, but dude, they're some of the most durable tires out there. They're the ones I have right here. Those are Badlands 43. And actually, now that the track is drying out, if the weather band is correct and it's dry, I'll be able to start doing more track videos because I've been doing straight crawlers for quite a while because the track has been just a complete disaster. Cardboard, you are correct. Adding BBs is ancient tech. Now, people still take the lead weights and put in the wheels. That is still a thing. That viral video of a guy jump starting his car with a AA battery. Yeah, I would have to see that, but I'm pretty sure they probably did a little bit of foolery on us. I have not seen that, by the way. So it got quiet. What are y'all doing? All right, let me see if I can show you guys something else. What am I going to show you besides my ball spot? Oh, let me see. What can I show you guys? I don't know. What do y'all want to see? Deep fake. Sounds about right. Oh, let's look at. Ooh, I'm glad that body didn't fall off. The Element Ecto. This is one that I recommend to a lot of people when they want to start competition crawling right out of the box. The Element Ecto. Absolutely phenomenal vehicle, man. This particular one has an old, like a prototype Crawlmaster Mini ESC, like before the Mini ESC came out. This right here was it. Did a little test on it. But this right here does really well. The J Concepts holds, gets the job done. This one actually has a home servo, BLS SHV 800. Right there. Sway bar still on it. I did a video on this, testing out with or without the rear sway bar. I like the sway bar, which I run a rear sway bar on quite a few vehicles. What's up? Yeah, I kind of pulled my hair back. Used a 3S to start my car when I got stranded. 3S will do it. I've heard 4S will do it as well. Eating jambalaya. Uh-huh. Dude, my hair is getting long. My hair is getting long. Eating some cookie dough ice cream. What about the Rift? The Rift? Can I show my base camp? I got the Rift, but it's over in another room, and it's not really a Rift, really. It's kind of Addictive RC. It's actually up on the rack in there. All right, you want to see which one? The base camp? This one right here. This is my base camp. It has the DSM off-road comp conversion thing on the shocks. You see that back there. Body mounts are set up a little bit differently. DSM is about to come out with a carbon chassis for this, so I'll be running that as well. We got a Reefs 1100 Smart Servo on the front of this thing. J Concepts landmine tires. It does really good. Fusion 2300 kV. Really a nice truck. Tent scale you want to donate. That tent scale you want to donate to the channel. That tent scale you want to donate to the channel. I'm not sure what you're referring to there. Upgrading my MOA. Can I use the GT5 and get dig front and rear? You can. It does have a mode on that. I believe you would use, like you can use this little toggle underneath here to go front dig, rear dig, you know the button. I'm not sure if this actually has a dual ESC thing on it or not. So I'm not 100% sure what all you can do with the GT5. I know like rear steer is pretty easy. You put that on a knob or mix it in. So my MOA, can I use my front rear dig? Be able to change over. As far as changing the overdrive goes, the way I do that is with two ESCs. Or in my case, I got two Fusions, which has got two ESCs in it. And then you go through like your mixing and all that, like what the 8X has right here. You can go through the mixing and all that. Like my mixing is like on this button right here. And I've got the steps set at like 10%. You know, more overdrive, more underdrive, whatever. So I've got that set there. And then I've got my dig right here where I can pop into the dig. And then I can bump the button right there, go back into four-wheel drive from wherever. So that's kind of the way I have the 8X set up for that. I would recommend putting the 8X on it, honestly. Trailing arms. What would a Hobbywing Fusion SE be too weak in a T-Rex for Bronco? No, should be just fine in there. See on Josh. I did not see. I haven't watched much of any YouTube today at all. I've been too busy working on everything in the world. It wouldn't surprise me. I mean, elements due for a new vehicle. Depending, as long as it's not like the Senduro SE or something, I'll probably order one. But if it's nothing new or at least interesting, then it's just another Sendero. I have no idea what they're doing though. I haven't seen it. Artful Dodger makes cheap brackets that improve steering angle on Ecto. I don't know. Go for it. I haven't seen them. What's up, Bust Nut? TRX4, what do you think? Trail versus crawler trying to build both out of one. Okay, TRX4, just set it up to where it's about as low as possible. You want about maybe 4 millimeters of shaft showing out of the bottom of the shocks, right? That way you have some suspension and everything works. The center of gravity should be fine. Possibly a little bit of brass on the front axle. Don't put any brass into the chassis. Don't do that. Keep everything above the axles as light as possible, okay? And then just simply drive it. Choose the tires you want and all that stuff, and just drive it. TRX4 is a great all-around crawler. Do I have any idea where I could find a replacement thumb wheel for my DX5C? I've searched and can't find any parts. Something like this? I mean, this is a DX6C, but something like this is what you're after? If that's the case, send me an email because this is kind of my design right here. All right, let me put all this stuff back in. Get this back out of my way. I like these Stage Killer bodies, dude. I got another Stage Killer body, brand new. Put it in the closet. Why did I get it? I have no idea, but I like having spare bodies in the closet. I used to have a few stance bodies, but I used them and sold a couple. But I got that body sitting there waiting. I also have a J Concepts Creep body, which I may not ever have a use for now. Now that we got the Stage Killer, who knows? Don't know. I'll find a use for it somewhere. See, all right. No, the wheel on the back you use to change the settings and parameters. Oh, you're talking about one of these, dude? I don't know what to tell you about that one, buddy. Body's in the closet. Yeah, I got a few. I don't know what to tell you about that one, buddy. What other tires do I recommend for the Rift? Man, on the Rift, dude, the stock tires are pretty darn good in my opinion, but the Proline Baja Pro X's are awesome on that Rift. Went glitchy. You know, what was yours doing glitchy? Was it like you were scrolling and all of a sudden it was like way too far or not far enough? I had something happen like that on that one right there, and it was putting in the name of an RC. I added a model to it, and it was kind of weird trying to get the letters. It was like scrolling way too far, or just simply skipping from the uppercase to lowercase or numbers and stuff. Is that what you're talking about? Because if that's the case, then the DX6 is doing that one. Brian, I have an absolute ton of used parts. I mean, sometimes, like if we ever have a yard sale out here, I'll probably take some of it out. But like my ESCs, motors, servos, things like that, I generally keep because you never know when you're going to need a good dig servo, and I may just happen to have it sitting there, you know? So it's kind of one of those things, man. 5 more, let's go. Stutter, 3 more, 100. Oh, trying to get the likes to 100. Yeah, there we go. I think we're at 98 right now. Exactly what it's doing. I started doing it when it was setting the steering trims on one. I haven't noticed it on that, but yeah, so apparently we got the same issue. Now, on my old FlySky GT3Cs. That one had a very similar button, okay? Push it or scroll. On that one, when it would get dirty, all you would do, and I'm not sure if you could do that on this one right here as well, but take the radio apart and put just a couple drops of WD-40 on it, and then hit it with like compressed air, like what you would use for your keyboard. A good clean compressed air, and that fixed it every time. This one right here doesn't even have any scratches on it, so it shouldn't be doing that, right? But yeah, I did notice that. It seems to feel good right now. But yeah, I did notice that with this one. RC8X is amazing. Did I get verified on the Facebook? Yes. And the verification on Facebook also works on Instagram. David Garner, what do I think about? All kinds of things. What about sending them an email, see if they have parts? Granted, my DX 5 years old. Man, try a little WD-40 on it and just hit it with the air hose or a little bit of compressed air. What do you think about Desert Lizard shocks? There are some guys that absolutely love the Desert Lizard shocks. I have a set and I've used them, but it's kind of like, yeah, you know, personally, the way I see it is you have a shock body. Say the shock body is 30 millimeters long, right? You put a spring in the under the piston, a spring above the piston. You can control the droop, you can control the compression. Beautiful, right? On full droop, that spring is going to go into coil bind, as in like full compression, right? Say that takes up 4 to 5 millimeters. You got the same 4 to 5 millimeters at the top. So you've lost 9 to 10 millimeters of overall shock travel. This is why I generally don't use them, but what I will use are the shock bands by D's company. That way you still have full travel, but you still have that pullback like what the desert lizards will give you. My DX sanded around the power button, never stuck again after that. Spray electric contact cleaner in it. Money says is always good. Skill rock. He thinks about weird things. Yeah. Like I've got one thing I haven't even done yet, and I've had it for like a month. It's actually right up there. I need to get that powered up and make that work. See if that works. If it does, it should be pretty cool. Cool deal. On the desert lizards. Yeah, I've got a set. I just haven't used them. Making it impossible to use. See, the wheel button seems to be an issue. I mean, I've already had a little bit of an issue with it with mine. I mean, I just had to slow down. But it was weird. It was like it was clicking like say 20 letters. It wasn't just, scrolling real fast, like 20-letter jump. Man, I tell you, I'm getting more and more on this thing right here, buddy. Yep, we did hit 100 likes. Woo! And we got 6 minutes to go. Pull back, not pull out. Yeah, it depends on what you're going for. you got to go through different process and verify this, verify that, prove who you are, this and that. It's just one of them things. I'd rather get my business account Exocaged verified the page, but I don't see how to even apply for that one. Yeah, VB, that Vitabalancer, that thing, it is nice. Got the 22 pinion gear in it, so tomorrow I'm going to jump it. I mean, you saw like the backflips it was doing, right? And that was kind of one of those crazy things where I was lining up to it, just going to do the hop, and I'm like, I'm just simply going to go all the way. Well, let's see what happens. And boom, perfect backflip. I'm like, no way. I actually did that backflip a total of about 9 or 10 times, getting the different slow-mo shots of that. So it did it about 10, 11, 12 times. So, yeah. See, I don't have the Dumbo radio. 9 to 30-day delivery from Poland. Really, Paul? So you got them ordered. Good deal. I can't wait to see them. I'm curious what that does because we both have our own trucks. We can test them out. Yeah, being my first Spectrum with any decency, I, just something. Man, Noble, yeah. I need to get a Noble too. Do I want to sell the titanium Furitech cage for the Rift? Maybe. It's missing something. I had to take something off of it. I forget what it was I took off of it. Something's off of it. And the cage is all there. Do I hear 110? I see 106 or 107 because we got about 4 minutes to wrap this thing up, guys. Do a review on the Injora portals. I haven't seen the Injora portals. Are they for SCX? Are they for TRX? What exactly are they for? What body was on? Was that on the base camp? Looking around for options. That is the stage killer body. This is what I run on the Sam truck. And it's real easy to make sliders out of the body with this one. So J Concept Stage Killer. Look at how that thing changes. My cameras don't like fluorescent colors. Blitz, we were both thinking about the same thing here, weren't we? Yeah. See, I'll tempted to, but I mean, it does have a nice shine to it, man. I would like to have a full chrome cage on it. I could take the sides off and send them off and have them done. Viking RC, you're out. 10-2, SCX 10-2. SCX 10-2 portals. I'll have to look at those. I have not seen them. Slowly start building one over the next few months. That's going to eat up a lot of the years out. Yeah, it will, buddy. Bo Duke, yes, it will. And when you do it, unless you want it to be like a crawler bouncer, make sure you do the straight axles on it because I've got the portals and it would be better with the straight axles. I just happen to have the portals here and, well, that's what I used. Peacock and watch the Ted series. Oh, Ted, that's a talking bear, right? Yes, yeah, that's done by Family Guy. Show, take care, Blitz. Love your videos, by the way. Thank you, Henry. All right, Enlighten. Catch you guys later. Enlighten, Paul King, Viking. You guys ready to race Sunday, right? Because we're going to get it. Bring your transponders. I'll have the PA system out there and everything. We haven't been able to race here in months because of weather, bad weather, garbage weather, and holidays. The new XRT Ultimate Edition. I think the upgrades are actually a good thing on it, but at $1,500, man, just buy the stock one and run it. You may never even break or even need those metal upgrades. And my XRT is way beyond that anyway, so I don't need one. Again, keep the rubber side down. Cardboard, XO rocks. Thank you, Cyclone. Only a couple minutes left. Going to say goodnight, everyone. Hope to see everyone y'all racing Sunday. Sunday's going to be a good one, buddy. Remember, on this particular one right here, I'm trying to set up to where anything goes. 4 make a class. So I have no idea what's going to be there. So I would love to see some short course trucks there. I know we're going to have e-buggies. We will race X-Maxes, Creightons, all that stuff. If the weather report holds true, Sunday will be a beautiful day that we can get all this stuff in. Simple as that. Dude, the figure 8 pattern on the track, I had to change that because for some reason people can't turn left. They'd come around and just go through the darn wall. I'm like, people, driver mod, turn it on. They wouldn't do it. I got tired of having to fix the wall, so I put it back to the original layout, which is actually the best layout possible. So hopefully my wall will survive now. We'll find out. So, all right, guys. AX24 to race. You know what? If we get enough AX24s and they want to race that track, you'll get maybe one lap in before time's up. All right, guys. Catch y'all later. Time to wrap this up and has a real driver's mod. Close the Exoplex. All right, guys, we got to wrap this up. You guys are awesome, and thank you guys so much for being part of the channel. Thank you guys for being here. I really appreciate it. Guys, have a great day. Oh, YouTube changed the layout a little bit. Here, the X is on this side now. There we go.